Hello and welcome back to more high school football action here in the HCU. We got a matchup here between the North Central Eagles and the Southeast Raiders. I'm joined in the booth with my co-host, partner in crime, Optimus Klein.
What is going on, man? I'm ready for some high school football action. It's been, a couple months, I think, since we last did a game?
It's been a while. Been way too long, it feels like. I'm excited to get high school, especially now that we have you viewers on these teams. Obviously, Eagles sporting quarterback Logan Foster, type attack, and Rocky Clearwater. We'll go through all the rosters once these teams take the field. But Southeast, the team of user players, most user players of any high school team. What do you expect from these two teams tonight?
Well, I'm expecting Southeast defense to be pretty stout like they were last season. They still got the same head coach, Bart John. Defense is a specialty. They got 5 user players on defense, and I expect them to just pick up where they left off last season. North Central, I'm really just hoping the offense can get going because that was their biggest struggle last season. So let's see what Logan Foster and the boys can do.
Hoping for no injuries to start this season as they lost Storm Brains on the first drive. Taken from the end zone here for the Eagles out to the 18-yard line. That's where this offense can get started. Let's go through this offense for the Eagles. At quarterback, you got Logan Foster, the receivers type attack, and Darnell Conti. Tight end is Manuel Razzo. Running back, user Rocky Clearwater. Fullback, Dorian Hutto. And offense line is from left to right, Armando Fisk, Vincent Majors, Chuck Kelly, Dexter Leak, and Blake Lemus. First and 10 from the 18. Foster going to throw it out to Clearwater on the first play. Some good blocking. Spins back inside, breaks a tackle, and all the way up to the 32. Nice little flash from the young buck.
Yeah, nice first play of his career, and he was looking pretty quick on that play.
Always nice to see the user players getting some flash early in the season. Long season. You got a lot of time to impress CFA scouts and even longer to impress the EFL scouts. As we'll get to the defense for the Raiders after this play. Handoff up the middle for Clearwater. He has a lane, and is anyone going to catch him? Can't get him there. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Eagles and Rocky Clearwater all the way for 6.
Wow. I mean, that look at the blocking from the offensive line here. That was probably the most explosive play on offense that we've ever seen for North Central. I mean, the Eagles, their offense was stagnant all season last go-around, but that was a beautiful, beautiful run. First career touchdown for Rocky Clearwater Jr. Congratulations.
What a way to start your career here in the HCU. Rocky Clearwater, he's elusive style back, still got enough speed to get away from guys when he gets into the open field. Great blocking and a great opening strike for the Eagles. We talked about their offense kind of being stagnant last season. That looks like they got a little bit of spark on the ground.
Absolutely, that's a much needed spark for the offense. I mean, losing their number 1 receiver last season, I think in the first quarter really hurt them. They had to rely heavily on the running backs, and Mordecai Van Hout had a rough season under center for the Eagles.
Frank Reedy switching it up. Obviously, last season he had 2 power backs with Sherwood Sampson and Ramsey Huxley. Huxley already having success with Salem and the CFA, but Rocky Clearwater, a little bit of a different style from either of those 2 backs, working in this offense very well. Raiders turn now as he can get flattened at the 18-yard line. That's where this offense is going to get started. Let's take a look at the Raider offense. At quarterback, Mark Johnson Jr., his receivers, Otis Boudreau, Carlos Rao, Gino McFly, the tight end, running back Roger Chambers, fullback Tyrone Stamper, offensive line Sammy Brockman, Joseph McNutt, Brooker Bradley, Eduardo Packer, and Antoine Tim. Hand off to Chambers, right side, and he's going to gain 2.
Yeah, not a big carry to start off the game for Chambers, but getting his feet wet a little bit, his first career carry. I'm interested to see what Mark Johnson Jr. can do at quarterback. He's taken over for Jasper Ives, who was just very, very up and down last season, very inconsistent.
Ives, of course, going to Springfield, Illinois, and the CFA level. He's up and down there as well. Johnson checks it down to Chambers. Chambers can't get back to the line of scrimmage, and a third down on the way.
Yeah, and the one user defender for the Eagles is the one and only Eddie Gage, number 27, out there playing strong safety.
The one, the only, the legend. We'll get to the defense after this play. And the rest of his teammates out there. Johnson going to throw. Steps up under pressure and goes down. Defense gets there. Thurman Hanks, the man who brought up tackle, run through that defense for the Eagles. On defensive line, you got Thurman Hanks, Jordan Gilly, Cruz Mata, Nestor Triplett. Linebackers are Eddie Wayne, so another Eddie, Annabelle Olson, and Armand Butterfield. And for the cornerbacks, Jacques McGill, Sheldon Purvis, and safeties Evan Holloway, and of course Eddie Gage. Going to be fielded and taken out for a few yards. 44-yard line is where they will mark him down to start this drive for the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see some more Rocky Clearwater, see if this offense can continue to be explosive. We haven't really seen much of Logan Foster, but they haven't needed the quarterback just yet. It's been the Clearwater show so far.
First and 10. Logan Foster to throw. Throwing a deep right side, picked off, and back the other way goes the Raiders. That was number 55 on the interception, and that will be Christopher Vang, the linebacker for the Raiders. Not how you wanted to start the drive or the game as Logan Foster. Not the throw, maybe a little bit more air on it could have helped. But either way, it's going to be Raider ball after the miscue. Split backs for Mark Johnson. Single high safety. He's going to throw it. Johnson moving around, checks it down to the fullback, and he's going to lose 2. Throw here from Johnson. He's going to chuck it out to the back, and he's going to just get back in line of scrimmage in the third and long. Another third and long coming up for the Raiders, as they're not able to really capitalize on that interception they got just a few plays ago. Third and 12 for Johnson. Under pressure, throws it deep. Going to be tipped away. Eddie Gage back there trying to get an interception, but falls to the ground, and a fourth down and a punt coming up.
North Central looking pretty solid on offense and defense. I mean, they did have the pick, but look at Mr. Gage out here. Nearly had the pick. Still has some stone hands, but he's working on it. But Eagles looking pretty good so far.
Someone told me he wants to score a touchdown. I imagine a safety getting a touchdown.
Couldn't be him.
4th and 12. Punter for the Raiders. I'll take a look at his name, give him some glory. Afonso Hudson is going to get that one off to the 17-yard line. The Eagles come back out, throwing a pick on the last drive as Foster. What do you think they need to do to settle him down? Do they need to change anything up or just have him throw the ball?
I just have him chuck it. You know, you got your safety blanket in Clearwater, so give him some carries as well, but I wouldn't go away from the passing game just yet.
Obviously, have shown that they're not afraid to chuck it early in this game. Frank Reedy switching up the playbook a little bit, it seems. Toss to Clearwater. He's not going to get anywhere. Loss of 3 on the play. The defense was there. And let's go through that Raiders defense. We haven't even gotten a chance. From the defensive line, we got D. Dent, Osceola Richardson, and Jonathan Gist, defensive tackles. Jeremiah Mitchell as the left defensive end. Linebackers, Amani Langford, Lucas Ryan, 2 users, and Christopher Lang. Throw here deep left side. Caught! Going to be brought down. Patak all the way out to the 43-yard line. Foster and him connecting for the first time today, and it's a big play.
Yeah, really good route here, and a great throw from Foster as well. This is going to be a connection that we're going to be seeing all season long, so buckle up, folks.
Buckle up. We're going to have some fun. Cornerbacks for the Raiders, Parker Thomas, Cristobal Meadows, safeties, Jay Hayden, and Alexis Greenberg. See Clearwater there. Nice average there for the young man.
He's doing all right for himself.
1st and 10 after the play to attack. Going to be a handoff to Clearwater, who's going to... he saw an opening there. It closed pretty quickly, only 2 yards.
Yeah, nothing too crazy there. Defense closed pretty quick. That was Prentice on the stop. A lot of new names we got to learn here for Southeast. We're very familiar with, the stout defense that they had last season. A lot of great names already making an impact at the CFA level, but a lot of up-and-coming talent here.
Foster under pressure, going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be caught. First down to the 36, and that would be the first connection with the tight end for the North Central Eagles. That is Darnell Conti, actually the number 2 receiver for the team, getting a connection there.
He looks like a tight end, though. My goodness.
I could have sworn he was a tight end with that build. Let me pull up what his height and weight is.
Beefy. That's what it is.
He's 6'6", 220.
My word.
That's a man.
Mountain.
Are we sure he's age eligible for high school?
Oh, my goodness.
Hand off to Clearwater, who's going to find a lane and make something out of what could have been a loss. 4 yards.
Yeah, great vision there. And we get our first look at Lucas Ryan, number 7, the middle linebacker for the Raiders, getting in on the tackle. But good vision by Clearwater to, even get past his own line to get some positive yards out of that one.
There's a good play there to kind of throw the running back off kilter, but yeah, he managed to still stay on target. Foster chucks it down to the fullback, who's going to break a tackle, get close to a first down. They're going to give him the first down, and they move the chains for the Eagles. Hutto on the reception.
Yeah, Jay Hayden, number 2, the free safety, gets in on the stop. We see Armani Langford over there talking trash to the fullback. I'm not sure why, because he just, fell forward and got the first down. But really good drive so far from the Eagles. This is another good one. See if they can put some more points on the board.
And off to Clearwater, who's going to get stuffed after 2 yards. And good defense closing the hole that was open there. Langford on the tackle.
Yep, Armani Langford again. So 2 straight plays is in on the tackle. As we get a little highlight of him right there, trying to direct his teammates on defense.
Already showing those leadership skills that you love to see so much. Hand off to Clearwater, left side. He has some space, but good play there by the defensive end to get off the block and take him down. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, really good play. That was Dent. Loss of 1 on the carry. Now, an interesting down here, 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. I expect to see a Logan Foster throw here, so look for type attack, number 0.
Attack at the top of the screen. Foster looking, left side, gonna be caught, and a first down. Type attack comes through to move the chains.
Yeah, this is going to be a connection we're going to see a lot this season. Hopefully Patak can stay healthy. Last season we saw the Eagles' number 1 receiver go down very early. and it just kind of killed the offense for the whole season. So hopefully we do not see that this time around.
Foster throws, slant route caught, touchdown, Eagles, 14-0 here in the first quarter. Another good drive from the North Central Eagles here in the first quarter. Foster, outside the interception, he's looked pretty on point.
Yeah, gets his first career touchdown pass here. And that was a beautiful throw to, was that Austin?
That was Austin. It's the number 3 receiver, Morgan Austin, 5'9", 230, so kind of a short, stocky man, but works there on the slant route to get the touchdown on the board. Now the Raiders, a little bit of a hole early in this one. The offense has struggled to string a drive together. We haven't called the name of Otis Boudreaux yet, and so I think you need to get him involved if you want to start climbing out of this.
Yeah, we haven't seen Geno McFly, the tight end, either. I'd like to see a little bit more Roger Chambers, though. Get him some more carries. Get him going.
Kick is away. Fielded in the end zone, just going to be taken for a knee. And out comes Chambers in the offense. Mark Johnson hasn't quite found his rhythm, but like we talked about in earlier, it's young in the season. I mean, these guys are all getting out here for the first time. Plenty of time to find your rhythm and settle down. Johnson to throw across the middle, going to be caught. First down. Beat his man in man coverage, and that was the tight end, Geno McFly, getting involved.
Yeah, first career reception for the big fella. And a really good route over the middle. Pretty easy connection there. He's got some really big shoes to fill this season. Taking over for Willie Morse, the all-star tight end from last season. He was an absolute stud, and he's continuing that at the next level as well. So hopefully McFly can have a similar career trajectory.
Toss to Chambers, yes, some space. Gonna get 9 on the toss play. There, don't always see those work here in the HCU, but good blocking, and he obviously had enough speed to make it to the edge.
Yeah, you like to see, toss plays work every once in a while. It's not too often that it happens.
First down and is about a yard away for the Raiders. Toss play to the right. This time Chambers going to move it up the middle, get the first down. Didn't look like he was going to get there at first, but good vision to see the one little crease where he could get that yard. First down and 10 now after the run. Sack in the box, Johnson, blitz coming, and he's going to get hit as he tries to throw. Can't get it away. Second down coming up as the defense brought the house and it got there.
Yeah, this is something we didn't really see last season at all for the Eagles. A lot of pressure from the front seven. The best players were, in the linebacking core last season for them. And, a couple pretty good corners, but defensive front was nowhere to be found until week 8, where Cash Blanchard had 4 sacks.
Johnson airs it out, deep middle, incomplete, knocked away. He was looking for Boudreaux, but couldn't connect. Third down now after the incomplete pass. Holloway was the man in coverage. 3 receivers at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom for Johnson. Looks like a dime defense from the Eagles. Good protection. Airs it out. Middle caught. And they're going to move the chains as that's number 11 for the Raiders. That would be the receiver, Carlos Rowe, who came down with that one to move it. And that was a tight window, too, between Holloway and Gage.
Yeah, both of these young quarterbacks looking pretty good so far. Johnson, only a few throws so far, but looking pretty good.
Hand off to Chambers, avoids one man, and he's going to break one tackle, get down to the 21-yard line. Good play from Roger Chambers.
Yeah.
Good play from Chambers on the left. He's had a couple good runs so far.
Yeah, they needed that because, the running game hasn't really gotten going just yet. That was his first pretty big run of the day so far. And, good to see him keep those legs churning, breaking through an arm tackle.
He has some decent shoes to fill as well with Cameron Davis, the former Raiders running back, moving on to college, of course.
Yeah, Gold Coast, balling out.
Hand off to Chambers on the delay. He's going to weave around and end up at the line of scrimmage where the play started.
Yep, and that will end the first quarter as you look at the running back comparison. I mean, a 6-yard average, pretty good, but it's no 12.3.
No 12.3 indeed, and 0 points for the Raiders. There's no 14 points for the Eagles, as the Eagles lead at home in opening weekend here. High school football action. As these two teams, I feel like it's been closer than the score. The Raiders just haven't connected on the big plays yet.
Yeah, and we saw that time and time again last season as well. We mentioned the Eagles' offense being stagnant. Well, the Raiders' offense was equally as stagnant last season.
Boudreaux, I believe that's his first catch of the day, coming down with it for 7 yards, making this a 3rd and short.
Yeah, very manageable here. If I'm the head coach, if I'm Bart John, I think I give it off to the running back, Chambers, here. See what he can do. See if he can get this 9 feet for the first down.
Let's see what the play call is. Let's get a look at the defense there from the Eagles. McGill.
Man, look at Hanks. Oof, that dude is 9 feet tall. My goodness.
He's a big guy. I formation, so 21 personnel. We know that they like to run and pass out of that, so it doesn't really give us much indication. We'll see what the play call is. It's going to be a throw. Johnson across the middle. Boudreaux, touchdown, Raiders.
Wow, that was a great play call and even better execution. And first career touchdown pass for Mark Johnson Jr. and first career touchdown reception for Otis Boudreaux. That was just really well executed.
Perfectly placed at the end of the diving defender's hands. Oh my goodness, look at Creel, the backup quarterback.
Wow. There's a bunch of giants out here on the field.
But speaking of the starting quarterback, perfect placement on that throw to score. We mentioned getting Boudreaux involved. They got Boudreaux involved there, and they end up scoring their first touchdown to cut the lead to 7.
Yeah, and they got Chambers going a little bit on that drive as well, up to 30 yards so far in the first half. Not too bad. Not bad at all. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the young guys.
Yeah, both these teams have a lot to look to as good points from this game. It's early in the season, early in the game, a lot of time to correct mistakes. But both these teams playing hard.
You do love to see it.
Kick is off and away. This will be fielded from the goal line and taken out to the 22-yard line. Jordan Logan Foster and the gang will get started as they, don't want to stall out. You don't want to start quick and then stall and get complacent once you have a lead.
Yeah, we also saw that a lot last season, not just from the Eagles, but there was a few teams that would get off to a hot start and then they would just falter for the next 2.5, 3 quarters and end up losing the game right at the end.
And off to Clearwater, who's gonna miss the hole, get blasted.
Is he okay? Somebody get him some smelling salts, please.
Someone needs a medic.
Oh man, what a vicious hit! Loss of 3 on the play as well.
After that failed run, it's 13 yards to go for the first down for the Eagles. Hand off to Clearwater. Right side, he has some space. Good blocking. He's going to get the first down as Rocky Clearwater celebrating after that run.
I mean, Clearwater, he's closing in on 100 yards rushing already, and we're just barely into this second quarter. Look at the great block right there from the fullback. Oh, my goodness, 46. Sit down, son. Armani Langford basically saves a touchdown here at the end. But, man, this rushing attack is looking pretty crispy for North Central.
Armani Langford also, I mean, he's been the guy, kind of a footnote because it's been a good play that he's gotten a tackle out of, but he's been a very sideline-to-sideline guy so far. Foster breaks one sack, throws across the middle to Patak, who's going to complete it, somehow making something out of what should have been a loss of 4.
Yeah, 9-yard pickup out of that. That was pretty good. Just a great awareness from the quarterback to be able to tell that there's a defender about to hit him and just ducks underneath the hit. Just a great play.
A good pocket presence from Foster there. That puts him in a 2nd and 1 situation. I formation for Clearwater. Toss. And he's going to try to turn this upfield. He's going to get the first down. And he's just very slippery. Like, we haven't really seen him truck guys, or we've seen him juke out a few, but for the most part, he's just slippery.
Yeah, he seems to really have great vision so far in this ball game. And, his evasiveness right now is kind of reminding me a little bit of Laverne Jewell from the Lions last season.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he seems a little bit slower, but has that same kind of slipperiness. That is going to be completed out there to the tight end, Garth Mock, who gets the first down.
Good old Garth Mock. I believe that's his first catch of the day. And, Logan Foster just finding anybody. It doesn't matter what number's on that jersey. He's going to find you if you're open.
First down now for the Eagles as they continue to just roll along. Just little chunks. Bit by bit, they keep making their way down the field. Foster to throw. Plenty of time. Deep right side caught. First down to the 23.
Man, Foster is he's carving them up right now. That was 84. Again, Austin on the reception. And Morgan Austin having a pretty good game. Has a touchdown already in this one. And look at that throw. My word. I don't know how he got that over the outstretched hand of the linebacker, but that was a pretty pass.
Foster's putting some nice tape on, nice plays on tape, I should say, in this game early in the season. We still got 7 games to go in the regular season. Hand off to Clearwater up the middle. Good hole, good blocking, and 8 yards.
And Clearwater just 3 yards away from 100 in his high school debut. Man, he's putting on a show too. This whole offense is looking really good so far, which is something that you and I are definitely not used to seeing out of North Central.
It's kind of funny with these teams being completely overhauled every season. It's going to be interesting to see how what trends do develop, because there's very little carryover besides coaches. Throw out to the fullback. He's going to be tackled short of the sticks. 3rd and inches.
Yeah, that was a great tackle. I'm not sure who that was on the stop, but 3rd and inches. Give it off to Clearwater again. Let's see what the young man can do.
Getting a look at the fullback Hutto there. He's had some great blocks already in this game. Foster hands off to Clearwater up the middle, turns to the right side. He's going to get the first down and into goal to go territory. Rocky Clearwater, you hear the crowd here. They love him.
Man, this is the loudest this crowd has ever been. Clearwater over 100 yards already, and look at how much time is left. We got 2.5 quarters left in this ball game, and this offense is just having their way with the Raider defense, which we didn't say that too often last season either.
Especially on the ground, which is a surprise. Foster to throw here. Left side, back of the end zone, out of the back. Looking for Patak, but just you can see he's upset about it. He wanted that one, and he wants that done over, but not much he could do because the pass was just a little bit out of his reach.
Yeah, just a couple yards out of there. Maybe throw that ball a little bit sooner, and we might be talking about another touchdown pass from Foster.
2nd and goal from the 7, shotgun formation for North Central. Foster to throw. Across the middle, caught. Touchdown, Eagles.
Oh, my goodness.
They say it across the plane.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one. But Logan Foster, at the moment, has his 2nd touchdown of the day.
Yeah, and it's to Austin yet again. So we get a look there. Oh, man, that's so close to tell. I mean, Armani Langford right there again, at the point of attack, hitting the ball carrier as soon as he catches it. But it doesn't look like we're going to see a challenge here.
Let's see if we can get our own replay of this. Oh, look, we can.
Man, imagine that. Imagine being able to go down into the booth and just
So,
check it out.
I think what they're calling it is because he catches it one hand right here.
Oh, my goodness.
They're going to call it possession across the goal line.
Hey, great catch, man.
What
Fantastic
a catch.
Play.
As I don't know, get this man a chiropractor because
Is he okay?
I don't think he's okay.
Oh, APF. We love you.
Wouldn't have you any other way. First touchdown for Austin's season, and Foster caps off what was just a beautiful drive for the Eagles. About to be 21-7 now in the first half.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns to Austin actually here in the first half. I mean, the Foster to Austin connection looking pretty good as well.
Yeah, you see, he spread the ball around well. We saw him go to the tight end. He saw him go to Austin, got up attack, go to the fullback even in the passing game. I'd like to see
tight end Garth Mock.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go to Clearwater out of the backfield. I think that getting him in space might be fun to see.
Yeah, I think they hit him out of the backfield once so far. He picked up a few yards, but yeah, I would definitely like to see a little bit more of that.
Chambers brings this one out to the 20. We do have a flag down, so this could be backed up. We'll see what Ref 62 has to say about it. It is going to be against the Raiders, holding on 65, so that's going to back them up quite a bit. And that was the backup guard, Barry Bryson.
Good old Barry Bryson. Well, back at the 11-yard line offense, I mean, they got some points last time out, so they got something to build off of. Let's see what they can call on first down. It looks like they're going to probably run this one.
Sacking the line. 5 down linemen. They're going to hand it off to Chambers up the middle. He's going to put it on the ground, and the Eagles recover it.
Wow.
Put on the ground, and Triplett, I think, forced it.
And we're going to get a highlight on the fullback here. I'm not sure why, but oh my goodness.
What a play there from Triplett to blast through his man and just punch the ball out from Chambers. He wasn't expecting it coming from the side, and it's kind of disaster strikes here for Southeast.
Yeah, first career fumble for Roger Chambers. Way down in your own territory too. That really hurts, especially with how the Eagles offense has been moving the ball so far.
1st and 10 now for the Eagles in the red zone. Out to Clearwater from the backfield. He's going to try to spin inside, but a good containment tackle by the linebacker is going to save a bigger play.
Yeah, but let's talk about how fast he spun right there. I mean, that was kind of filthy. Even though the defender made the stop, I mean, he turned so quick on that spin move.
Yeah, he did. He's showing his elusiveness as Foster's going to throw it across the middle, going to be caught. That is Austin again, 3rd and 3 at the 7. This is where they scored from last time, so all you need to do is dislocate your shoulder as you put it across the end zone, and you'll score again.
Yeah, are we going to see, Foster to Austin for a 3rd touchdown connection of the first half? I mean, they've been pretty deadly so far. A lot of the attention out of the DBs has gone to type attacks, so it's allowed Austin to get open quite a bit.
Hand off to Clearwater up the middle. He's not going to get to the first down as Richardson and Ryan, 2 user players, team up to make that tackle. 4th down and 1. We're going to see Fennell for the first time for a field goal.
Yeah, big stop by Osceola Richardson and Lucas Ryan combining on the stop and, giving their offense a little bit of hope here with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Roger Chambers fumbled it last time out. He's got to shake that off, get back out there, and try to make some plays for this offense because they're down by 17 points just in the first half.
Don't think I would have expected this from the Eagles, especially with all the players the Raiders have. Just a kind of proof you never exactly know what's going to happen. I mean, go to the Pick'em. Pick'em didn't expect this either, as the Raiders were the 10-6 favorites.
Well, yeah, I'm sure most of the people in the Discord figured, oh, well, Southeast has 9 user players, North Central only 4, so they have to be the favorites here today, right? Well, Eagles are, showing us that numbers don't really mean too much here in the High School Football Alliance.
As you see Chambers coming back out, you got to keep your head up. You lose a fumble in traffic, you got to put your hands on the ball, but that's something that you can correct pretty easily and move on.
Yep, short memory.
Yep, short memory. Mark Johnson under center with 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to throw it across the middle to Geno McFly, his second catch of the day for 5.
Yeah, Johnson only 54 yards. He's got 1 touchdown. He's looked pretty decent. They just haven't really thrown the ball a whole lot. We've mostly just seen North Central on offense so far in this one. So, it's you just got to give them a little bit more time on offense. A quick fumble on that last drive, and the defense is right back out there. It's just been a little bit rough going for this defense for Southeast.
Chambers going to be tackled down, held up by the first one, and then a couple more coming to make the tackle. McGill, along with others.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Eddie Gage a whole lot. He made a nice deflection in the first quarter, but he's been relatively quiet out there in the secondary, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I think maybe they're a little bit afraid to throw at him. Roger Chambers out of the shotgun, going to make something out of this. A great block from Bedreau's going to spring this one another 10 yards, and Eddie Gage comes over to save what could have been a touchdown for Chambers.
Well, just as we spoke about Eddie, there he is making the stop, saving a touchdown. But, a great run out of the shotgun. We do see this, a little bit more often than any other APF league. Some shotgun runs actually being successful. And that was another one right there. Really good. Great blocking. A good pulling guard to the left side. Boudreaux, you mentioned, great block from him as well.
Great 2 blocks from Boudreaux. He got off of his first man, then got downfield for a second one. Love to see the wide receivers getting involved in the running game. Chambers going to run again for 4 yards this time.
Here we go. He fumbled the football on that last drive. But, head coach Bart John said, you know what, son? Get back out there, and we're going to feed you this football. And, it's worked out pretty well on this drive so far.
Same 21 personnel formation. Chambers up the middle again. Weaving, looking for a first down. He's going to get it, I think. But there's a penalty flag. So we'll have to see what R62 has to say, and we'll see if this stands.
It's going to come back.
Indeed it does. Holding on the Raiders. Geno McFly, the offender, and it's wiped out, unfortunately.
Geno, say it ain't so, brother. Oh, that's tough because, Chambers having a great drive. He looked exhausted on that carry, though. He looked pretty slow, but still, chugged away and, chugged along and got that first down, but coming back anyway.
2-minute warning here in North Central, 24-7. On the score, it's a pretty big difference with the score, but hey, we know this can change in just an instant, honestly.
Absolutely. We've seen some crazy comebacks so far, just, in this young history of the High School Football Alliance.
2nd and 16, shotgun play for the Raiders. Johnson to throw. Good protection. He's going to throw it deep across the middle. Diving attempt is not able to bring it in. That was the receiver for the Raiders, Rowe, who couldn't haul that one in. Good throw, though, from Johnson.
Yeah, really good throw from Johnson. Great effort from Rowe to, lay out and try to make a catch there. Just couldn't quite bring it in. But, Good play design as well. A good call by the head coach.
3rd and 16 now. Might as well be 3rd and a mile. We'll see if they can convert. Bedreau at the top of the screen. Johnson going to throw to the bottom of the screen. Caught and converted. Eddie Gage on the tackle, but the throw was too good. And the Raiders pick up the forever 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play. These receivers are looking pretty good for the Raiders. Like I said before, they haven't really been on offense a whole lot this game, so we haven't seen too many opportunities for them. But Johnson out there slinging the rock and distributing it to a lot of different players.
1st and 10, Johnson to throw. Going to throw to Bedreau, top of the screen, out route caught, 1st down.
And just wide open. Really great route running there from Boudreaux. And he's having a pretty good half so far.
Yeah, he started slow, but getting him involved has really helped this offense going. Him and McFly are a great duo. You got Boudreaux, who's a great outside receiver. I haven't really seen him deep yet, but then McFly, and he's a big body tight end. And we know how much of a mismatch those guys can be.
Yeah, we saw it all last season with Willie Morse for Southeast.
Johnson stepping up under pressure, breaks 1 sack, can't get away from the other one, but he actually falls forward for a yard. So I think he's going to get credit for a 1-yard run on that play.
Yes, longest career run there for Mark Johnson Jr.
Mark Johnson to throw. Hurry up. Across the middle. Caught by Rowe. Breaks a tackle from Eddie Gage and down to the 10.
Eddie, you need some milk. Oh, my goodness. You just got trucked. Wow. That was a big-time reception for Rowe. Carlos Rowe, number 11. He's a big body receiver. A lot of these guys on the Raiders are, which is really nice to see. We saw a lot of smaller guys for them last season.
Maybe Coach Part John, he realized how bad his offense was and was like, okay, everything I did last season, opposite, except for Cameron Davis and Willie Morris.
Yeah, give me a fast, big tight end and a running back that can break some tackles. The rest of you guys, we're changing you out.
Yes. Johnson, the throw. Bottom of the screen. Rowe, touchdown. Both feet are in. And the Raiders get something more on the board.
Yeah, we got ourselves a ball game. About to be a 10-point game here, as the Raiders close the gap. Really great route here from Rowe. And a perfect throw from Johnson, getting his 2nd touchdown pass of the first half. His first was to Otis Boudreaux. And, he's looking pretty good. Both these quarterbacks looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, it's been nice to see both these guys play good. I mean, I think both these teams are playing very good. They have some issues they can address. Obviously, I think for the Raiders, their biggest thing is maybe a little bit more of a run defense. But both these teams, very respectable, solid debut from these high school players.
Yeah, the Raiders' defense, I think, will probably be the most surprising thing for me so far today. 100 yards given up on the ground already in just 1 half. I mean, they had, arguably the best defense all last season, but already struggling here. But, and the quarterbacks, completely different for both of these squads. 2 of the statistically worst quarterbacks last season, Jasper Ives and Mordecai Van Hout. And now, these guys look to be the complete opposite, which is, a breath of fresh air for both of these high schools.
Love seeing offense. Offense is always fun. But the thing is, you don't want offense at the sake of bad defense. And it hasn't been really bad defense from either of these teams. It's just been good offense. Both these teams, we haven't really seen that was a terrible play from either of these teams yet.
Yeah, we've seen some really great plays out of the offense. That Clearwater touchdown run just exploded after some great blocking. That was just fantastic to see.
And off to Clearwater, who's going to get some more blocking and get out. Sandwiched after 7 yards, 111 yards and a touchdown. Put all the ones on the board for him except for fumbles.
Yeah, Lucas Ryan, Jay Hayden combined on that massive tackle. Man, Clearwater just got completely sandwiched on that play.
As the camera focuses on Lucas Ryan there, number 7. Him and Langford. Good combo for the linebackers. Foster, blitz coming across the middle, and he's lucky that one was off target. As Richardson's still going.
Oh my goodness, Osceola Richardson showing some anger right now. trying to get his team hyped up, I think, for this next third down play. But to me, on that pass, it looked like that may have been pass interference, but the refs just didn't see it happen. A little bit of contact out there.
Yeah, you never know sometimes what these refs are looking at. 3rd and 3 now. Foster to throw. Going to throw it deep across middle, and perfect throw low so that he can catch it. They're going to hurry it up, but I do think they're going to end up lining up for a Hail Mary. Depending, maybe they get the snap off. This might be the last play of the half. It will be. Foster under pressure, steps up, breaks one sack, moving around, lofts it up, and Patak can't bring it down. Hayden on the coverage, and that's going to do it for the first half here in North Central. 24-14.
That was a pretty exciting incomplete pass there to end the half. I'm loving the mobility of these quarterbacks in the pocket as well. They're making a lot of defenders miss, and giving their receivers a little bit more time to try to get open. Both offenses have been pretty fun to watch so far in this one. Look at the yards there, 272 for North Central. Oh my goodness, I don't think they had that many and a half at all last season.
Yeah, the Eagles, they struggled a lot last season on offense. Brought some guys in, though, that changed in that Patak, you bring in Foster, you bring in Clearwater. Those 3 have been really good. And Eddie Gage on defense, we haven't really called his name much, but he's a looming presence in the middle of the field, and we haven't really seen either of these teams, as neither of my controllers disconnect, but it tells me they did. Okay. Eddie Gage, haven't really called his name that much, but he's a looming presence in the middle of the field that, especially these high school guys, might be a little gun-shy of trying to test him.
Yeah, I mean, you got to respect, a playmaker out in the secondary like that. They haven't really tested him too much. He's got a deflection. He did get run over one time, but that receiver is just a behemoth of a receiver. And made a touchdown-saving tackle as well on Roger Chambers on that shotgun run that he had up the sideline. But yeah, this North Central team looks completely different than they did all last season, and it's been really nice to see.
On the other side with the Raiders, their offense up and down. They've had a lot of things to be proud of. The running game from Chambers has been good, but the turnover obviously setting up the Eagles' field goal hurts, and their inability to have the consistency on both offense and defense. That's what they got to find.
Yeah, I mean, the offense doesn't have a lot of yards like the Eagles do, but other than that Roger Chambers fumble, I think they've punted one time, and the offense has moved pretty well other than those 2 drives. So they're doing pretty good. They just got to be a little bit more consistent with it. And we saw it right there on the last touchdown drive, and they're right in this game. This game is not over yet.
Yeah, we still have plenty of football to go in this half. You're watching high school football here on the HCU YouTube channel. You can join our Discord and make a player when Season 3 high school players open up, which will be very soon. We're just redoing the form a little bit, so stay tuned for that. As we're back in the second half here in North Central for these beautiful uniforms.
Man, they are crispy, aren't they?
Hashtag not biased.
Whoever made them deserves a raise.
You'll be, would you like an upgrade to unpaid intern?
Yes, please.
Second half here as the Raiders get the ball first. You want to start strong. Kick is off. Chambers to return this one. He will field this from inside his own end zone. Out to the 20. He breaks a tackle and out to the 26. For a minute there, I thought he was about to pop that one off.
Yeah, he was pretty close to doing it, man. Just breaks through that first arm tackle there. Just a good tackle by the second guy to, bring him down. Still fell forward, though. Really strong running back so far. Different contrasts for the running backs. We've seen Clearwater be able to juke and spin people out and just run around them, but Chambers, a little bit more broken tackle kind of running back.
He's also a bigger back. I have to look at the weight exactly, but throw across the middle. It's going to be caught first play, and McFly getting his first catch of the second half. But you mentioned, the difference between him and Clearwater, if I pull this up on the sheet, Clearwater's 189, 6 foot, and Chambers is 230. So
yeah, it's a slight difference.
a little bit of weight difference there.
couple more cheeseburgers for Chambers, I think.
Is helping him out here today. 1st and 10 now for the Raiders. Stacking the line is the Eagles. They pull off, though. Going to chuck it down to Chambers, who's going to get flattened. That play was not going anywhere.
No, man, I can't stand seeing plays like that where the running back runs out and then just stops and looks at the quarterback. If you're going to throw it to the running back, you want him to be still moving as he's catching it, or else, the play is most likely going to be a disaster.
2nd and 13 now for Johnson. Plenty of time. Good blocking. Throws a deep left side. Tipped away. He was looking for McFly. Holloway on coverage.
I'm loving that the Raiders offense, they're still following the same blueprint that they had last season. Where's the tight end? Where is he? Oh, he's over there. I'm just going to chuck it, and hopefully he's going to make the play. Unfortunately, Eagles out there made a nice deflection right there just in time. But we're going to see Geno McFly catch a lot of passes this season, just like we saw Willie Morse last season.
A little bit underthrown there from Johnson. If he gets that one over the top more, that McFly might still be running.
Yeah, it also took that play a little bit longer to develop, I think.
Yeah, it did. 3rd and long here for Southeast. Johnson, the throw, checks it down underneath, and it's going to be short of the sticks. McFly, only 5 yards when they needed 13.
Yeah, not really a great play call there. I mean, they didn't force it downfield, have an interception or anything, but they had the perfect opportunity right here to make this a one-score game. They scored before the end of the half. They get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Just can't capitalize on it. Now their defense has to get out there and try to get a quick stop against this pretty potent Eagles offense.
Stutter step doesn't work. 22-yard line, where the drive will start. What do you want to see from this Eagles team? Anything you want to see them change from this first half, or just keep doing the same thing?
I would not change a single thing. You just put up 24 points in the first half. I don't even know if they did that in one game last season. So just keep doing what you've been doing. It's all been working, obviously. I mean, you had the one interception so far in the ball game, but hasn't really been a difference at all.
I have a fun fact you're going to like about that. I'll tell you after this play. Handoff, a toss to Clearwater. He's going to break one tackle and just run toward the... I hate that play. But Lucas Ryan comes in to make the tackle. Cristobal Meadows was involved as well.
Yeah, and look at Osceola Richardson out here diving, trying to get in on the play. That is a big man.
Effort play.
Big man.
Fun fact I had is that despite how bad this Eagles team was last season, they hold the record for the most points in the game in high school football history here on the channel with 44.
Yeah, that was their only win last season, was it not?
It was. I mean, I hope they win the game that they have the most points. It doesn't work there for Clearwater on 2nd down as Gist or Gist. I don't know what you want to go with it. I'm going to call it Gist.
That's the gist of it. I'll show myself out.
No. Stay. You fit right in.
Oh, man. 3rd and 17. This is huge for the Raiders. They need to stop. They need to get the ball right back to Mark Johnson in that offense.
3rd and long for Foster. Good protection. Gonna just throw it short, tipped up. That was dangerous. And Meadows, I think his eyes were looking at the end zone.
Oh, absolutely. He saw the ball and just looked right in front of him after he saw it and was like, oh, this is going to be a touchdown, and just forgot to actually catch the football before running towards the end zone. So, but still, a good stop for the defense. They're going to get Johnson on this offense the ball right back. It should be pretty good field position, probably around midfield, and they need points on this next drive.
A good drive from the defense, the Raiders. That's more the Raiders we saw last season, fielded from the 43 out to the 46 goes Chambers. And now the offense. What things do you think they need to change to get going in this half?
I think they need to give the ball to Chambers a little bit more. They had that one really good drive where they gave him the ball 3 straight carries, and he got like 30 yards on those carries. So if they could do that a little bit more consistently, I think this offense could be pretty deadly this season.
I agree. 1st and 10 now for the Raiders. Split back formation, your favorite. Hand off to Chambers, who's going to get stuffed.
Wow, I did not see that coming. I can't stand the split back formation. I think there's only been a couple plays so far in the HCU that we've seen out of the split back that actually worked, and one of them was like a fullback toss. So very, very miss instead of hit for that formation.
I don't hate it just as much as you do, but it does have a. We have seen a bunch of bad plays out of it. Chambers up the middle is going to fall forward for 4.
Yeah, that was a great tackle. Chambers looked like he was going to hit that second level, but the linebacker, I think it was 54, brought him down just in time. And they need this first down right here. They cannot afford to go 3 and out, 2 straight drives in this third quarter.
Yeah, call that play that you love so much. Whatever that play is in the playbook, you need it here to keep some momentum going. Johnson to throw, plenty of time, steps up on the run, tipped up, and
number 31.
Number 31. That was Elliott, who, if he gets his other hand back there, he might end up picking that one off.
Yeah, that wasn't really a great throw there. Kind of forced it a little bit, Johnson did, but he was also on the run, so I don't know. I don't like that play call either.
Either way, they're going to have to punt it, and we'll start the half with 3 straight punts. Huston gets this one to the 12, fielded, brought back up to the 19, and that's where the drive will start for North Central.
Yeah, Raiders need another quick stop here. You know, how long can this defense hold on, while their offense is stalling out?
And we'll see if they can get some pressure, blow up that runs like they did in the last drive. That defensive line was doing good. Osceola Richardson didn't get a tackle, but he was swarming to the ball.
Yeah, that's a big man. You don't want to see him in the backfield unblocked.
1st and 10, handoff to Clearwater, who's going to try to go inside. Doesn't work. And we're just talking about, shoring up that run defense, and Alexis Greenberg gets in there, topped him for 1 yard.
Yeah, 6 tackles already in the ballgame. Not too bad.
2nd down after the run. They're going with a pass here. I would bet money on it. 4 receivers. 4 receivers. Foster under pressure, gonna get slammed to the ground. 3rd and 16 now coming up as he bows.
Oh my goodness. The disrespect. Jonathan Gist.
Just the gist of it is that he manhandled that offensive lineman.
Yeah, and then his arm kind of got dislocated. What's with the dislocated arms in today's ballgame? What is this?
I'll have to ask the physical trainer for the Raiders. Maybe it's a system they're doing. New flexibility, yoga.
Well, they're not gymnasts.
Just,
bruh.
3rd and 17. He's gonna go down, and once again, it's Jonathan Gist who's smashing it out of the park. 4th and 25 now. This is a disaster of a drive for the Eagles.
I think Logan Foster, he's looking forward to taking a nap. I just don't think he wanted to do it during the game.
As the punter now backed up against his own end line. He's going to punt away. Good protection there. No one even got close to the block. And a really good punt, honestly, to get this one out to the 42. Man. And that's where the Raiders will get started. You have to get points on this drive if you're the Raiders.
If you don't get points on this drive, it's going to be pretty rough. Your defense has gotten you the ball on 2 straight drives, 2 straight 3 and outs. You have to get points. You cannot keep letting down your defense like that.
1st down and 10. Johnson with 2 backs in the backfield. Bedreau at the bottom of the screen. Hand off to Chambers. Up the middle, Chambers gets 1.
Yeah, they're pretty much keying on the run right now. They're going to probably force Johnson to get the Raiders, some points on the board here in the second half. So he's going to have to step up. He's going to have to find some open receivers and make some plays.
Yeah, they're trying to get Johnson to take a shot against this defense. They're running 5 on the line. Chambers breaks a tackle but can't get through the next 3. Still averaging over 4.5 per carry, but this defense in the second half has done a much better job. I mean, they were only having one safety on the field. They had 5 defensive linemen.
Yeah, they're just focused on Chambers, and he still has over 4.5 yards per carry. He's having a pretty good game, but right now, even with those legs still churning, he can't get past that first level.
3rd and 7, Johnson to throw. Deep across the middle, caught and converted, and it's his go-to target, Geno McFly.
Hello, McFly. Fantastic catch, moving the chains, and you're in field goal range, so no matter what, you're going to at least get a shot at a field goal on this drive. So off to a good start for this drive.
Field goal makes it a 1-score game. As McFly's on the sideline for this play from the 22-yard line. Johnson to throw. Out to the fullback who stumbles backwards but still manages to get 4.
Yeah, not a bad catch and run for the big guy. And, keep going forward. Now inside the red zone. Let's see what Johnson can do. Last time they were in the red zone, they had a touchdown pass to Rowe, number 11. So let's see if they go his way again on an out route.
McFly, 5 catches, 53 yards today. He's been a consistent target for this offense. 2nd and 6. Handoff up the middle, and a little bit miscommunication there, as I don't quite know what the intent of that play was, but it didn't quite work.
Well, they got 2 yards out of it. I'm not sure exactly what that play design was, but they got forward somehow. So 3rd and manageable, 4 yards to go as your controller does or does not disconnect.
I don't know what's happened with that.
I'm not sure, but let's see what Johnson can do on 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4, like you mentioned, Johnson to throw. He's going to throw out route to McFly. It's tipped away. Great jump on the ball, and the field goal unit will have to come out. McFly had an entire open sideline to work with if he could have brought that one in.
Yeah, that was, so close. A little bit more air underneath that pass, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be a touchdown. But, Raiders going to have to settle for a field goal try now. See if they can make it a 1-score ball game. Look at the size difference between the kicker and that quarterback. My goodness gracious.
Kicker Bryant Duong. Out to try to make his first field goal of the season. Small man. And kick is up, and kick is good from 32 yards out.
All right, 24-17. Eagles offense has been pretty stagnant here in the 3rd quarter. Raiders have done a very nice job containing Clearwater. And, Foster, the couple times that he has dropped back to try to look downfield for a deep pass, he's been sacked by Gist. So offense needs to get it together a little bit here. The coach needs to pick some better plays, I think, on this next drive.
Raiders have quietly whittled this back down to a 1-score game. Eagles letting the control they had of this game kind of slip away right now. Out to the 17, not a good return. And that's where Foster and the gang will have to get started. Offensive line needs to show up. They are the last 2 drives, they have soundly lost the battle in the trenches.
Yeah, I think it all starts with Osceola Richardson. He has been wreaking havoc in the middle of that line. So, put a couple guys on him, and, you might have a little bit more success.
1st and 10. Hand off to Clearwater. Nothing there as they are stacking the box.
Yeah, Clearwater had 100 yards in the first half, and I'm pretty sure he's just gone backward to start the 3rd quarter. But, yeah, this defense has really stepped up. They slowed down, they figured everything out, made some adjustments, and now Eagles can't do a thing against them.
2nd and 9. See if they throw here. They will. Foster bringing the blitz across the middle. Going to be caught. And 1st down yardage.
Yeah, best play on offense so far in the second half from North Central. And that's a big one. Up to the 31-yard line. It's number 89. Darnell Conti, his first catch since, the 1st quarter when you thought he was a tight end?
It is. He's definitely not a tight end. He's a wide receiver. Showing it there. But now,
it's a really good route.
Yeah, a good route from Conti. And you got to get these guys involved. It can't just be Patak for this offense. You got to spread the ball around. Hand off to Clearwater. He has some good blocking. Makes a man miss, and he's going to get out to the 46-yard line before he's taken down.
His best run of the second half by far. Man, he is so elusive as we take another look here at this replay. But great play design, great blocking as well by the fullback. Look at the fullback running downfield, helping out a lineman. It's already in the secondary. Clearwater just, man, he is so electric when he gets in the open field.
It really is. I've loved watching him today. Both these running backs have been fun to watch as they're out to the 46, and that's kind of something they need. They need to get out of the remember that you can get first downs in the game. And a toss play to Clearwater here. He's going to find the hole. Speeding up the field. Breaks a tackle. He's gone. See you later. Clearwater's in the end zone for his second touchdown of the day. And it is a 2-score ball game once again.
You know, I think he's pretty good at football. You know, I mean, that was amazing to watch. And again, you know, you got to keep on talking about the blocking and his vision as well. He's finding the open seams here, you know, that are being opened up by the linemen, and he just explodes through it, breaks a tackle even. And look at 75, big 75 running down the field with his speedy running back. Man, this Eagles offense is looking pretty fun so far.
And Rocky Clearwater having a great debut. Took him a little bit of time to get going in the second half, but man, once he started, boom, touchdown on this drive, just a couple plays after he starts finding his way. And get him in space. He can make a guy miss. And we see there he has the speed to pull away. He might not be the fastest guy on the field, but he's not slow either.
No, he's got really good quickness, and I think his vision is helping him out quite a bit as well, because he's finding the hole quicker than a lot of other running backs would, which is really helping out, and just explodes through there. Great blocking as well. I mean, you cannot talk about the offensive line and how well they've been blocking enough.
Yeah, it really has been a great performance by this group, as the Raiders now have to respond. This will be taken from the end zone. Chambers is not even going to get to the 20, 17-yard lines where he's going to get taken down. What do you want to see from this team?
I want to see Johnson throw the ball a little bit more. You know, you down 2 touchdowns again, 2-score ball game. You got to find Boudreaux, McFly downfield. Rowe, he's been having a really good game. Just keep picking away at the secondary and march down the field and get a touchdown. You cannot afford to kick a field goal, I think, at this point in the ball game.
Yeah, Boudreaux's been quiet in the second half. Got to get him involved more, as now Johnson going to throw underneath, and that's going to be complete for 4 yards.
Yeah, that was Rowe again as we look at the numbers here. Rowe 55 yards, McFly with 53. Johnson, he's having a really good game. Just not any eye-popping numbers so far in the passing attack, but pretty efficient and nice to see for a change for the Raiders.
And no picks for him in this game so far. The only pick was from Logan Foster back in the first quarter. Handoff up the middle, and Chambers with a beautiful spin in the hole is going to get close to a first down. They're going to call him inches short, though.
Man, shades of Cameron Davis last season. He was constantly putting players in a spin cycle, and Chambers doing his best Cameron Davis impression there. 3rd and inches, give it right back to him.
See what they call here. Chambers is the back and back. They're going to toss it to him. He's going to try to find the edge, but Boudreaux can't hold his block, and he's going to lose 3. That's not how you wanted this drive to go. Once again, we've said over and over, run straight ahead.
Yeah, toss plays are not really going to work too well unless you've got a speed guy like Laverne Jewell last season on the Lions. You know, he did a lot of really good toss plays, but Chambers, not really a speed back.
No. But get your 4s up in the chat. We're here in the 4th quarter, week 1 of high school football action back on the channel. What team do you think is going to be the best? I know most of you are biased because you're on one of these teams, but what team do you think is going to be the best and win the championship? Or is Southwest going to repeat with JT McLean? punt is away. Fair catch called for, and at 39 is where this drive will start for the Eagles. First down 10 now after the fair catch for the Eagles as they're going to get started. You see a little bit of attack there in the huddle. Haven't heard much from him. He's had a quiet day. Clearwater going to get the carry, and he's going to get contained. 176 yards on the ground. He's nearing 200. He's on his way to being the number one, the first rusher in high school history to hit 200 yards.
Yeah, I believe Eddie Poole had the record last season. It was like 180, 175, something like that.
He might already have the record for the most yards in the game. Foster moving around, under pressure, going to throw it away. Good presence from Foster to throw that one out.
Yeah, really good decision there from the young quarterback to avoid the sack.
I'll do some research for us and see if we can find out exactly what the record is. All the records, we didn't have them all written down from season one because our staff isn't quite big enough to to have stat tracking fully done. Foster pumps, runs, and going to slide down to protect himself. 4th and 4 coming up. I don't necessarily hate that, especially since you're winning by 2 scores.
Yeah, and I think that was another good decision. So 2 straight plays. Last play, he threw it out of bounds to avoid a sack. And this time, runs, gets some positive yards, slides to avoid a big hit and avoid injury. We've been lucky so far in the High School Football Alliance. We have not seen an injury to a quarterback just yet.
And we did just look we looked into the archives. Congratulations to Rocky Clearwater, who at the moment, unless he has negative yardage in this 4th quarter, is the new single game rushing record holder of the High School Football Alliance.
Yeah, what a fantastic way to start his career.
First ever game. Where do you go from this point, right?
Next, you hit 200 yards.
He might do this in this game.
He might.
Johnson to throw. Out route caught. 5 yards.
Yeah, that was Rowe again. 5 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown today. Pretty good debut for the non-user wide receiver as well.
Second and 5 for Johnson. 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Eddie Gage playing up in the box. Out to the fullback who can't get the edge. Good coverage by the linebacker. And brings him down. 3rd down now. On 3rd down, 2 backs in the backfield. Hand off to Chambers, who's going to get the first down. Chambers' day being a little overshadowed by that of Rocky Clearwater on the other side, but he's had a good day on the ground himself.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Nice block there from the fullback, getting Chambers out to the 2nd level. You see Eddie Gage getting in there on the tackle as well for the Eagles. But, both running backs been pretty good today.
I love seeing the rushing games working. That's one thing we didn't see a lot of in high school season 1. Rushing attacks were struggling. And it's nice to see them doing well early in the season. Johnson to throw. He throws it out to Chambers, who has space, tries to juke out a man, not going to work. 3 yards.
Yeah, the rushing attacks last season were a little lackluster, but when running backs did have a big game, they went crazy over 150 yards. So, it just didn't happen as often as you would like to see.
Both these quarterbacks under 200 yards passing so far, which is a little bit surprising to me. Throw out to Boudreaux, who's going to get the first down, stiff arming a man to the ground.
Yeah, really nice run after the catch there. But, you know, it doesn't really surprise me too much that the Raiders don't have over 200 yards passing. Jasper Ives last season for Southeast, he didn't have a lot of yards passing, just 1,590 on the season, 10 touchdowns, 12 picks. So not a really exciting passing game for Southeast in season 1.
Johnson, McFly, and Boudreaux, of course, are trying to change that narrative as they hand it off to Chambers up the middle. Not much there, only 2.
Yeah, definitely trying to change the culture of the offense for the Southeast. I mean, we've seen so far, North Central looks like a completely different team. Obviously, they are. It's all brand new players, but, you know, the head coach, Frank Reedy, got these boys ready to play.
2nd and 8. Now for the Raiders. He's going to throw it across the middle. McFly picks up the first down.
And McFly having a pretty good game. Nice first down there at the 44-yard line. Raiders not out of this one just yet.
No, they have plenty of time to make something happen. McFly, he's had a good game. Hasn't capped it off with a touchdown, but he's been that security blanket for Mark Johnson Jr. You get a look at McFly there, his nice elbow braces or elbow pads. You know, you gotta protect the elbows.
Got to do it, man, especially on turf.
Hand off to Chambers up the middle, who's gonna get flattened after a yard. He looks a little bit tired out there. 4.2 yards per carry, 79 yards. He's had a good day, honestly. It's just he's overshadowed by a record-setting performance on the other side of the field.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to compete with that, but like you said, he's had a pretty good day. This whole offense has. It's just, you know, the Eagles got off to a really hot start in that first half.
2nd down and 9. Johnson to throw. Out route. Going to be caught. Turns it up. Field going to get more yards. Down to the 20. And tightrope walking down that sideline goes Rowe.
Yeah, all the way to the 20-yard line. Red zone already. And they need a touchdown right now. I know there's plenty of time left here, but, you know, you want to get in the end zone as quick as possible, down 2 scores.
And you still need your defense to stop the Eagles, which they've done at times, and other times they have very much not. So,
yeah. I mean, Rocky Clearwater can break a big run at literally any moment.
1st down and 10. Hand off up the middle to Chambers. He gets stuffed.
Yeah, he's looking pretty tired right now, a little bit gassed, but I think we're going to have to see some more Mark Johnson throwing the pigskin here. Look for Boudreaux. We've seen him catch, 1 pass this half, maybe 2?
Yeah, he's been quiet up at the top of the screen here. I like to see him get more involved, maybe open up the rest of this passing game. So far, it's really just been McFly and Rowe. Johnson to throw. Across middle, and that is to Boudreaux.
There we go.
For a few yards. Now hurry up. 3rd and 4. Under 5 minutes to go in this game. Time starting to become a factor. Johnson to throw. Chuck down to Rowe, who comes back and makes the catch, but it's going to be short of the first down by inches. What a play there to stop him. I thought Rowe was going to get the first down.
Yeah, what a tackle that was. I'm pretty sure everybody watching this thought for sure that was a first down, but 36, great stop.
Chambers in the backfield. Will they run it or throw it with inches to go? Most likely have to go for it. They do. Johnson to throw under pressure. He's going to go down. The pressure gets there off the edge, and that might do it.
Man, that is so heartbreaking if you're a Raiders fan or a player. I mean, they were right there, just inches to go. They go for a throw instead of a run, and, you know, it just came back to bite them. Hats off to the Eagles' defense right there, getting a big-time stop. And let's see if the offense can close this one out.
There is still time. The fat lady hasn't started singing quite yet, but she's warming up. 4:17 to go. Clearwater up the middle. He's going to break a tackle. Oh, my goodness. He almost was gone. Gets out to the 40-yard line. Lucas Ryan comes up to make the tackle. I thought he was about to go.
That's got to be 200 yards, right?
I do think with that run, that puts Clearwater over 200 yards in his debut. And just once again, Parker Thomas couldn't bring him down. You got to square up to him. He's not that strong. He's not breaking that many tackles, but he can pull through those arm tackles. He has enough stability to do it. Really versatile running back.
Yeah, and what are you supposed to do as a defense when there are three 300-pound offensive linemen running 20 yards downfield? What are you supposed to do against that?
Clearwater in the backfield. We all know where this one is going to go. Toss to Clearwater, gets the block, and a great play by Lucas Ryan to sit down Clearwater, a loss of 2.
Yeah, I think that actually puts him back under 200 yards rushing for the game. So going to have to get him a couple more carries here, I think. But that was a fantastic tackle by the middle linebacker, Ryan.
And once again, when a linebacker or a defensive player on this team can square up with Clearwater, he hasn't really been able to break those tackles. But you need to have a good angle on this guy.
Yeah, he's pretty slippery.
2nd and 12. Handoff up the middle, and another good tackle this time from Armani Langford to bring him down a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 2 straight runs for loss, and I'm pretty sure that did put him back under 200. So, gonna have to get a nice carry here on 3rd down, unless they throw it, which I don't know if that would be the best idea as they're trying to run the clock out.
I assume this should go to Clearwater still, but like you said, maybe they try to throw it. Going to let this time tick down all the way. Probably the last play before the 2-minute warning. Toss to the top of the screen, and he's definitely under 200 yards now. Christopher Vang making the tackle.
Yeah, he just lost 9 yards on 3 carries. I mean, after a huge run. Oh, man, you hate to see that if you're an Eagles fan or just a fan of good running backs in general. But we're going to see a punt here. Raiders not done yet. If they get a quick strike touchdown, they have 3 timeouts left. They can still get back in this game and tie it up.
Yeah, we said the fat lady wasn't singing, but she's warming up. I think she's taking a little bit of a break. She wants to see what happens on this next drive.
She's eating some Pringles.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Not yet.
If Pringles, if you're out there, send us free food. Chambers takes it to the 34.
Oh, man. Yeah, don't sponsor us. Just send us free food. That's fine. Oh, my goodness. All right, offense for the Raiders. Let's see what Johnson can do. See if he's got that clutch gene in him. But he's got to take some shots downfield.
Four receivers on the field. Look for McFly. Look for Rowe. Look for Bedreau. He's going to throw it across the middle. That's going to be caught by Bedreau. There's one of them. Hurry up offense now for the Raiders. Johnson to throw again. Bedreau again. First down again across the 30, across the 40 to the 35 to go and hurry up. Got to keep.
Is anybody going to cover him? They're not even going to cover him.
Now underneath. This is not to Rowe, Bedreau, or McFly, but it keeps the play going. Hurry up. Just over a minute to go. You got to score quick. You got to save your timeouts if you can. Look for a deep pass or a slant route. Bedreau again. He's the master of the slants here as they are slant routing themselves down the field.
They're just carving him up right now. Bedreau's just wide open every play.
Where was this the entire game? Johnson across the middle, picked off, breaks a tackle, and he's going to go all the way. The Eagles are going to win on opening day and go to 1-0 on the season.
And leave it up to the other safety to get a pick six instead of Eddie Gage. It's so fitting, but the Eagles are going to get the dub here. Cole Johansson, the free safety, just breaking the tackle as well, showing some strength. What a play.
Eddie Gage's backup getting the pick six at his debut. It's poetic, isn't it?
But man.
Eagles, Mark Johnson Jr. has been great all game. He's really done good. His first big mistake cost his team massively.
Yeah, I mean, they were in rough shape anyway. 40 seconds left in the ball game. They needed to score a little bit quicker than they were trying to right there. But up to that point, that was a fantastic showcase of the no huddle.
And a great job by the Raiders defense, the Eagles defense, excuse me. They kept running the same plays. They were running slant to Boudreaux, and then they'd throw that little dig underneath to that receiver. And Johansson noticed that. And they go back to the dig. I think that was the third or fourth time they were going to go back to the dig there, and he jumped the route. So you just got to mix that up a little bit more. But a great job by the Eagles defense to recognize the pattern that they were seeing.
Yeah, really great recognition there. By a defense that only has one user player. So hats off to them.
Kick is away, and the Raiders, Chambers going to need this one in the end zone. Not the debut that they wanted. I'd still say it's a closer game than the scoreboard shows. Both these teams have a lot to be proud of from today. Both these teams have a bright season ahead of them. There's some issues, obviously, if you're a Southeast fan, that you want your team to address moving forward. But those are very manageable things to address, and I think both these teams are going to be competing for a playoff spot.
Oh, I think so. I mean, it's really early, but the way these offenses have been playing, they're on a pretty good trajectory towards the playoffs.
First time out of the second half is called here as the Raiders are in a never-say-die mentality, though I don't think they're going to pull it off, a 21-point comeback in 31 seconds. Call me crazy.
If I see a 21-point comeback with 33 seconds left, I'm going to retire. I'm just not. There's no point in ever watching another game of APF.
So the league's future is on the line in these last 33 seconds. Johnson throws it deep, going to be incomplete, looking for Boudreaux, and tipped away by Galloway.
Secondaries, they allowed quite a few passing yards on the last drive, but Evan Holloway, we got so many free safeties out here making plays, and then you got Eddie Gage, a strong safety, making some plays today too. But great closing speed here to get there to deflect this one away. Great recognition by the safety.
Nearly picked, but you can't really put down the quarterback. He's just trying to make something happen here at the end of the game. At this point, it doesn't really matter how much you lose by. A loss is a loss, so go out there and try to sling it.
Yeah, pad the stats. Why not?
At least give yourself something to build on for next week.
They didn't even play poorly either. So
out route caught and inbounds. They're going to take another timeout. Let's look ahead to week 2 high school action here on the channel. Let's see what these teams have in store for them. As Robbie Gold was the one who made the tackle. Made the catch. He was also the target on the interception. Pick six. As we look at the schedule here, next week, Raiders are going to stay on the road as they travel to their eastern brethren, the Northeast Jays. Meanwhile, the Central Eagles go on the road to take on JT McLean and the Southwest Titans.
Oof, that should be a really good one. That should be a lot of high-scoring action going on in that one.
Johnson going to throw it underneath, and that's going to be caught by McFly, who's had a good game. Boudreaux, McFly, Chambers, Johnson, all the user players on offense have had a really good game. It just wasn't enough. A rollout here from Johnson.
Here we go.
And it works.
I like that. That was a really nice play.
6 seconds left.
And that was Boudreaux on the reception down at the bottom of the field this time for a change.
Mr. Clutch here in the fourth quarter. He's been busy.
He's got like 6 catches this quarter alone, just in the last several minutes.
And these stats, at the very least, it's going to help these guys' progression. So, even if you're losing, you're rooting for your team to go get some stat padding.
Absolutely. Chuck it.
Johnson. It's Hail Mary time. Last play of the game. Airs it out deep. It's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And that's going to do it here from us in North Central. The Eagles win 38-17. Rocky Clearwater, we'll find out if he set the record. I mean, he did set the record. There's no way he fell that far. Find out what his exact yardage was. 198 yards rushing.
Man. We almost had our first team rush for 200 yards. I think the Titans were the closest last season with like 196, I think.
Yeah, it's in the Discord. 194 yards from Rocky Clearwater. That's an high school football alliance record. As he broke Eddie Poole's record from last season, so congratulations to you, Rocky, in your debut. We try to get all those records updated so you guys know exactly what you break. But both these teams, though, solid games. Logan Foster didn't have a 200-yard day, but he did what he needed to do. I mean, he's a game manager archetype, and that's exactly what he did in this game. He managed the game.
Yeah, he did exactly what he was supposed to do, exactly what his coach asked him to do. He had 2 touchdown passes to Austin, which, I mean, that guy only had 43 yards, so he was just a touchdown machine, I guess, on his receptions. But this offense was really fun to watch. Clearwater, with that first touchdown run that he had, just broke open right through the middle of the defense, which is off to the races. Nobody had a shot at catching him. Has another big touchdown run there in the second half. I mean, he was really the most standout player here today. Obviously, Johnson almost 300 yards passing for the Raiders, so I mean, that might be the most we've seen the Raiders throw for in a game. Pretty close to it, at least. I think Ives only had maybe one 300-yard game at all last season.
Rocky Clearwater, no surprise, player of the game, 24 attempts, 194 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 15 yards more on the ground. Looking like a favorite to be player of the week for player of the week honors. But we'll see how the voting goes. That's going to do it for us here in the HCU studios. I'm Hammer. He's Cline. Have a good one.
Take it easy, guys.